Friday morning safety meeting. We're already more than halfway through October, which is crazy. We're coming into the good part of deer season, so that's exciting. And let's see here. All right, today's code item of the week is to work to VOSHA, OSHA, FRA, and ECI safety standards. Ben Dow, are you out there?
Yeah, how you doing, Tom?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Um, we hold safety as our highest priority, so let's hold ourselves, everyone accountable for following best practice the best we can. And I guess that's what we do every Friday is we talk about how to try to determine what best practice is in all our education.
Ben? All right, safety news. We had a good couple of weeks, and then yesterday we had quite a few incidents. So we're 15 days without a recordable injury, 0 days without a first aid injury, 0 days without a vehicle incident. Today we're going to talk about nail guns and powder actuated tools. We're going to start out with nail guns. So we have framing nailers, finish nailers, brad nailers, roofing nailers, and any other specialized nailers. They might be battery operated, pneumatic, so air powered, or hybrid, which is like the pass loads and stuff like that. They have the canister and the battery. Your best practices are never override any safety mechanisms. You want to use the proper fasteners, make sure they're the right length, angle, and type. You don't want to put roofing nails into a framing nailer because A, they won't fit, and B, uh, it's going to be bad. If you have a 23-degree nailer, don't go putting 30-degree nails in it, et cetera, et cetera. You want to use full sequential trigger mode, which is like the semi-automatic mode where you have to press it down and then pull the trigger. When you use we'll call it the fully automatic mode where you just hold the trigger down and just bounce it off the board, that's when you're more likely to hit another nail or something you don't intend to hit. And also you just don't get as even of a nail uh, depth. So it works better and it's safer. Ensure that you're using your nailing intended materials and that they're of proper thickness. If you're trying to use a framing nailer on, super, super thin strapping, then it might blow through. Make sure your hands aren't on the other side or anything. You want to receive proper training, read the safety manual, and follow the manufacturer's jam clearing procedures. That might include disconnecting the air, making sure it's bled off, disconnecting batteries, etc., depending on the type of nailer. Your PPE, you want to wear safety glasses, safety toe shoes, hearing protection, and gloves. Safety glasses, if you've ever seen somebody that took a nail to the eye from a nailer, you definitely wear them. I know at my own house, I'm not necessarily the best at wearing safety glasses for different projects, but I don't go with safety squints when I'm using a framing nail or any kind of nail gun at my house. So, uh, you want to use safety toe shoes just because it's common, especially if you're nailing at ground level for people to put nails through their feet, which you don't want to do, obviously. Hearing protection because they're loud, and gloves are just good practice, even though they're probably not going to stop a nail um, unless they're very specialized gloves. Then we'll get into powder actuated tools. We don't use these a ton, but we do on occasion, so they're a good mention. You want to ensure that you're properly trained, read the operator's manual, inspect the tool for defects or damage, and select the proper load for your application. Whatever's in the box might not be what you need. You might have to make a trip to the hardware store. It's worth it. Second. Second. I'm missing some slides, so let's see here. Oh, there we go. Acceptable fastening materials are poured concrete, structural steel, masonry joints, and obviously you need to use the type of load that's appropriate for that. If the material's too hard, too soft, or too brittle, then it can create a safety hazard for you. And safety-wise, just make sure everybody in the area is wearing eye protection, same as nail guns. Keep the work area clear of bystanders and clutter. Never operate the tool if flammable or explosive materials are present. Never carry loose strips of loads in your pockets. Only load the tool when you're prepared to use it. Never place your hand or body in front of the tool. Use the tool in a well-ventilated area. And all of those kind of sound a lot like firearm safety rules because they basically are firearms. So treat them like you would with a firearm. All right, and that wraps up nail guns and powder actuated tools. And I'm gonna kick it over to you guys.
And the same PPE applies to the powder
Correct. Yep.
actuators. Yes.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that people get caught with is complacency. So you use these tools over and over and over and over again. So that's when you see those accidents. You kind of become overconfident with the tool. So kind of the highlighting of this presentation is let's kind of condense it down, kind of remember those best practices and be really respectful because that tool could really hurt you. These nail guns and powder actuated tools, they can really hurt you pretty bad. So use them with the proper cautious and the proper mindset.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. All right, I'll take over the screen.
You got it.
Let's see. See if this is the right one. Yeah, looks like it. You guys see it okay?
Yep.
That's good. So for announcements, we just have last week's announcements, prescription drug coverage and Medicare announcement. And also it's starting to be time to winterize equipment. It looks like some frost warnings throughout different areas and isolated areas for the most part, although yesterday was pretty widespread. So keep that in mind with pumps, with anything that has any kind of water cooling system. And our Facebook and Instagram connections are here. And the announcement we're carrying from the last couple of weeks is the ECI Fall Celebration 2024. So all employees are encouraged to attend this meeting to celebrate our accomplishments and discuss our future on Friday, November 1st, 2 to 5 p.m. at the Doubletree by Hilton. That's the old Sheridan on Williston Road in South Burlington. Ben, are you feeding me? I'm not coming unless there's food, you know.
Yeah, we'll have some food.
Okay.
We'll have drinks and snack, and I guess light to heavy snacks.
Oh,
We're not serving lunch or anything, but
medium, that means.
yeah, medium.
Light to heavy, yeah.
Well, you can make it heavy if you dig into everyone else's portion like some people do, but we'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, so this is also last week's announcement, which is a continuing thing, is the Preventive Care Rewards Program. That's a $50 gift card, I should say, corrected from last week's number. And you get entered into a $250 gift card raffle. So you must have an annual physical. So sign up. You probably already automatically signed up if you've had an annual physical, but it'd be a good idea to check in with Gina or Melanie.
I think it was Gina's intent when I was talking to her a couple of days ago that she was going to try to let people know, the people that were automatically enrolled in this, she's going to try to figure out how to let them know so that they don't have to be searching for proof.
Okay. Well, I know
of the visit. Yeah.
Maybe she'll be using Constant Contact. I know that she wants to get set up with it, and I got to get her the account credentials, so she'll be able to use the same email system as Constant Contact. So if you're on that list, you might, at least for regular announcements, HR announcements, she's going to start using Constant Contact to make sure she gets things out, because I guess sometimes it's been a problem reaching out to people because of spam filters and that kind of thing.
Yep.
We have a new employee. It's Tam Mai, I guess.
We call him Tom.
Goes by Tom. So how does it pronounce his last name, Ben?
I think it's Mai.
It's Mai.
It is Mai.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome, Tom. And he'll be a traffic signal construction worker. Very cool. October here, a reminder, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So wear your pink.
That's a lot of pink.
That's a lot of pink there. Yep. High vis pink. Don't we love high vis? So you can buy these t-shirts from Sarah, $10 each, sweatshirts too, and all proceeds go to the breast cancer charity of the selected by the kind of the donation charity committee, and see Sarah. I have a connection here to the primary care wellness program summary sheet and also the EAP connection and brochure. And this week we're talking about the Crescent Connector signal systems. And Matt Zaganowitz, are you out there?
I'm out here. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Did you want to take over the screen or you want
Yeah,
to?
I'll
Oh,
take over
good.
the
Okay, go
screen.
ahead.
I think I'm somewhat good at it. I think, but not always. Nope, I'm not. Let's
You got to
see.
figure out how to release it, maybe. I don't know. Or
No, I
maybe
just gotta figure out which one I want.
I see.
Oh, there we go. Everybody see it? Crescent connector. Um, so ECI was recently completed the Crescent Connector project, including the signal systems at Park Street and Maple Street. The poles were, very decorative poles, big bases, fluted, very decorative, which you'll see here very shortly. There was one challenge on this project. There was a very tight area to put one of our 42-inch standard foundations. We had to neck it down to 30-inch at the top of the 4 feet. That's like I said, the special detail was necessary to fit it within a certain curb area. And I'll show you more on that as we go down. And then additional challenges were landowners not wanting, this type of stuff happening. They felt like it was their property, but it wasn't. It was within the Essex right of way, and we had every right to put it there and do our work. But as you'll see in some pictures, he did a lot of things that I thought were crazy to try to, prevent our work or make it harder. So scrolling down here, you can see here, this is coming from like the Echo Car Wash heading into Essex to Five Corners. This is the Park Street signal, which is very important because there's no more left turns out here at the Five Corners. So everybody's got to go this way. And to have a good signal there with good detection to clear out this traffic and keep things moving is essential. And then they also included a new signal down here at Maple Street, which has a flashing yellow turn to kind of keep things moving this way, and upgraded, brand new signal system, brand new detection. So it handles traffic very well. There is some railroad preemption measures that they took to help alleviate some of the backups that go through here. So the job is very unique and, kind of challenging in the aspect of the signal coordination and detection and railroad preemption. But this was a long time coming and is working out, fairly well as we speak. This is the detail of the curb in front of Bushy Sunoco. It's right at the end. If you're coming down the new railroad street, it's like right at the end of that street, right straight across the road. It's a small Sunoco station. I think he does some towing and stuff, has a flatbed. And this was our concern, was trying to get our 42-inch foundation in a smaller area. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but Ken and Ron Johnson came up with this um, this detail of how to do it. So basically, we would use our 42-inch casing, drive it down farther, and then we incorporated our 30-inch portion at the top. And We actually poured it all in one piece. There was no cold joint or anything. We did use 90-inch anchor bolts for this. So they're pretty large, long anchor bolts.
That was to
But
get it down into the lower 42-inch shaft. Yep.
absolutely, tie it all together, make it really strong, and it actually worked out good. Here's a picture of Peter, and myself down there, trying to get it lined up and centered in this hole. So the 42-inch casings below, obviously, we use a steel plate, so the concrete just wouldn't dump out all over the place, and then we put a sonotube on top of this, I think.
It's not the next photo, but
No, this is another foundation that we did in the area. You've got Tanner, Peter, and Gilbo over there, just getting everything fine-tuned and ready to go, clocked, everything. Um, there's the Sunoco across the street. That's where the neck down foundation was, and we'll get back to that here shortly. I organized these pictures a little wrong, but you could see, good old Todd's there helping us with the pour. It's always great to have him on site. And then of course, the project was open to businesses ready to serve during the construction. And I'm sure that was a challenge for Steve Lewinsky. So here it is. We put some Jersey barriers around it because it was an open excavation. We wanted to protect it, and we came in this morning to a flatbed truck, and you can see he's got it extended out, so it's literally covering our foundation. Most companies might be like, okay, well, we'll wait till we get it out of the way, but not us. We continued with the pour. This guy made it very difficult for us to do it, but we did it. You could see the guys scrouched up under there, and we poured it, and it was successful. There's a finished product, not stripped or anything, but this guy thought he could slow us down or stop us, but we just kept on moving forward.
yep.
Here is some pictures of us setting the poles. You can see like they're fluted poles, very decorative. I mean, I like the poles. They look really good, especially in those areas. They do have a high, the arms usually are more straight and chamfered, but these are kind of arched arms, which again makes it more difficult for loading them on the flatbed and rigging and lifting and stuff like that. But the guys did a great job. We used a lull in this aspect with a jib, and it worked out good. And you can see, we rented a man lift to get a couple guys up there to do the connections. And then there they are, just putting stuff together. I think that's Tanner, Peter. And then once we got the arm established, we go through and we level all the lights. And that's why we have an additional bucket truck up there and 2 guys in the basket. Looks like Dave Gilbo's down there with a tether. This is a great picture. And this is on the corner of that Sunoco area. We actually landed this mast first just so that he couldn't stop us from doing additional work. And it worked out good. Once we got that in there, we knew he couldn't really do anything to stop us. Here we are soldering and terminating the wires. Also, we're incorporating the ribbon cutting on this. Last week there was a ribbon cutting that some of us attended with the news agencies and stuff here. They have these bike lockers here too that I thought were kind of cool. You bring your bike in there, you lock it up, and it's safe within the box. This is the ribbon cutting. It's not a video, but I do have a video I'll play really quickly if I don't run out of time of a news broadcast of it. But you can see us all out in here. I think that's Ken over there for the ribbon cutting. This was during the presentation. You could see Steve Lewinsky out here giving the local news agency some information about the project. There's Ben Heath and myself talking to Rick. And then look at the two serious guys, and then there's Mr. Heath, just happy the job is done. Mr. Dad, I don't know what he was thinking about, but he looked pretty stern there, like, don't take my picture.
I was thinking that you should call Steve Lazuski, not Lewinsky.
Oh, sorry, I always mess that up.
Thank you. You set me up for that one.
Yeah.
You set yourself up.
And there's a link to the reporter article there.
Yeah, let me get that up here. Bring it over. I think if I bring it over here, you guys can see it fairly well. Oh, I think. There we go.
Yep.
And this is the Crescent Connector Road project, opens in Essex Junction. And this was the ribbon cutting. You had some guys there. And then I found this quite amusing down here. They had a picture of Mr. Dow, Mr. Heath, and myself. Mr. Dow pointing out some beautiful architecture on the next building over, I think it was.
We were looking at the plumbness of the power pole.
Oh, that was a power pole time. Yep. Very
He had a
cool.
plumb power pole that we didn't put in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, this GMP definitely put that in. Ours would have been a little bit straighter. And then also, just real quick to kind of finalize things. Oh, here we go. I'm going to try to play this. I hope it all works out. Can you guys hear it?
No, you got to go to your settings again.
Oh, yeah.
Unshare and hit that audio.
Hold on. Oh, here we go. Can you guys hear that now?
You got to reshare.
Oh.
Make sure you hit that share with audio toggle.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I've got it. Sorry.
It's a
we good now?
Project 13 years in the making is finally complete. Our Haley Morgan takes us to Essex Junction as the Crescent Connector is now officially open.
It's a project that has been a long time coming.
It's going to be exciting.
A welcome addition to the city in an effort to reduce traffic at the Five Corners.
Count me down, Ashley.
5.
Oh, there's Heath.
Yeah, well, it's been going on for a long time. I mean, as you heard, and I give a lot of credit to the prior community development directors who put it together off the back of a napkin.
30-year Essex Junction resident Greg Morgan has been keeping an eye on the Crescent Connector project since discussions first started. The new road does exactly what he hoped.
So if I'm in Williston, I don't go to Five Corners anymore. I just go down the Crescent Connector, and we live right over there. So I bypass Five Corners completely.
The alternate route means drivers coming from Route 117 or Maple Street headed towards Williston must use the Crescent Connectors at Railroad Street. Left-hand turns onto 2A at the Five Corners are now prohibited. While it's meant to alleviate traffic troubles, one business owner says it's not better for him.
This is the
Well, we've been
guy.
having damage to cars pulling in because of the grade over here. We've had a truck and a trailer last week almost wipe out, hitting the pole and the gas pump. Now we have people cutting through here all day, and we've almost been hit. Customers almost been hit. Yeah, it's just a mess.
Despite concerns, it's a project that the city leaders say is an early success.
This is just another connection and another opportunity to travel. We will see over time if it alleviates congestion on the Five Corners, but so far, so good. It's clearly being used.
Along with addressing traffic, there is a new parking lot, EV charging stations, bike lockers, and new bike lanes. Reporting in Essex Junction, Haley Morgan, Channel 3 News.
Great. Glad that worked out. Sorry, you guys.
Okay. That went well. And Matt, why don't you can you follow up and show the project, the archive?
Absolutely. Let me get back there. And right here. I found this picture I was looking at it this morning. I'm like, oh, I recognize a lot of people in here. This was
I don't see it yet. Maybe others do.
Oh, sorry. I need to share. I'm sorry. Here we go. Right here. I think Mr. Dow and even Ken would recognize this picture. This was Essex Reporter, October 3rd, 2002.
That's at 5 Corners. Yeah, it explains it there.
Members of the Essex Junction Lions Club join members of Engineers Construction team in positioning a 2x4 mock-up of the monument that will be set in place next year in the Veterans Memorial Park in Essex Junction. And then you have Larry Sullivan there. I know that's Mr. Dow.
Paul Sabrin.
Paul Sabrin, yep. And then there's Ken.
Young Ken Pigeon.
Yeah, and then I don't.
The names are down below, Matt. The names.
Oh, okay. Whoops, sorry.
That's Jeff Kuhn from Kuhn Memorials.
Yeah, Dick Mussel, Dennis Hill, Don Kernan. Then there's Larry Sullivan, Ben Dow, Paul Sabrin, Ken Pigeon, and Jeff
Kuhn.
Kuhn.
Kuhn, he's from Kuhn Memorials.
Oh, gotcha. Yep. Look how proud they are.
Yep. All right, good. Good job, Matt. That was great. Cool job. Great presentation.
Yep.
Let's turn it back over to the safety department.
Yeah. Have a good day. Have a safe day. If you're watching a group setting, please send over attendance. And if you're hitting the woods this weekend, be safe and good luck.
Okay.
Thanks Tom.
See you later.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you, everybody. Have a safe day.
Yep.